April 6, 2011, the Interfaith Sewing and Service Group celebrated their 17th anniversary by having a mission fair and luncheon. Members and volunteers of local organizations were invited to share information about their work.
But first of all, we want to start with Mayor Ernie Eldridge to bring us a few words.
Ooh. Thank you very much. I'm pleased to be here. I know quite a few of you personally, and if not, I've seen you around town, and I'm thrilled to be part of this. I guess I could say I'm a quilt widower. How's that? My wife is a quilter, and she quilts till 3 o'clock in the morning. And I go to bed at 9, and she goes to bed at 3 or 4, and I get up at 5. So we have a great relationship that way. It's not a problem at all. But I often wondered, and I've asked her, why would someone take perfectly good pieces of cloth and cut them into little sections and sew them back all messed up? I just never understood it in my life. But I guess if you really look at life and you look at you folks and all of that, you're all little pieces of quilts of what you are. And when you put them together, you make something beautiful, you make something work. And so I guess that's the way I would look at all of these different factions here, the little pieces of quilt here that are out here, and you put it together as something that everybody can enjoy, and it keeps people warm, it helps people. And I'm also a Rotarian, along with my wife and along with Lily. We're all Rotarians, so we all know about giving back to the community, know about giving back to the world, such as water projects, such as the bags back there for the homeless people, for Sister Peters here. We thank God for all these people that are here that really help those that just can't help themselves. So as the mayor, thank you again, and the food was great. Very much. Thank you.
Since 1993, when our minister at a missionary meeting brought in a sleeping bag and the contents that his mother made in Pennsylvania. And from that, we started making the sleeping bags. So that's 18 years this spring. And we've made 969 to date. Each bag contains a sweatshirt, a hat, a scarf, mittens, it's 2 pairs of socks, and toilet articles. It's amazing in this wonderful world, the country we live in, that people still need sleeping bags. But John comes in every time we call him, and we give him 18 to 20. And we meet every Wednesday from 10 till 2. The coffee pot is on. Come as long, anybody wants to come and join us, you can stay as long as you want. Bring a sandwich if you're going to be there for lunch. And we have a good time. We share it. If we have anything to beef about, we get rid of it and have a good laugh and do something for somebody while we're at it. Thank you.
And I've been volunteering at Windham Hospital for many years in the gift shop since they started the new gift shop. So we do have brochures that you can take, and if you'd like to join the volunteering groups at the hospital, there's many different areas of the hospital where you can volunteer, and you can do it as little or as much as you want. We have people who only do, like me, 4 hours a week. Other people are there every day. And it's a fun time. We all enjoy each other, and you're giving back to the hospital, which is our hospital, and it's my passion. I like the hospital a lot.
So just very briefly, for those of you who might not already know, Natchaug Hospital is a psychiatric hospital. So we help people who are experiencing emotional difficulties, and also we help people who are struggling with addictions. And before I started at Natchaug, I knew nothing about any of this, just hadn't happened to have crossed my life path yet. But 1 in 4 people will at some point in their lifetime experience a treatable mental illness. The really neat part about that statement is treatable. We don't talk about mental illness the way people do now about, say, breast cancer. I'm old enough that I remember when we didn't talk about breast cancer. Now people do. Someday I hope that people will also talk very openly about mental illness. We're not there yet. But someday we will, because it's a very treatable disease, and I'm very grateful for this community for the support that they offer.
Lily, who told you Journey House, we have 13 adolescent girls Our girls are all on parole, so they get to stay with us for a good amount of time. And we are blessed enough to be in a community that our kids are able to go out and do some volunteer work. And also we are blessed to have a lot of volunteers that come to work with our program or for our program or volunteer different arts and crafts supplies, books, games, all kinds of wonderful things that we're all very appreciative of, because you know, we are funded by the state for our program, so we don't always get all the resources that we need. We also, we have these 13 young women that we want to teach how to be good members of their communities too. So we know that it's important to teach them that feeling that you get when you're volunteering. So we appreciate all you do for our program and the support that you give us both at Journey House and Natchaug Hospital. Thank you.
I'd like to speak just briefly about WAIM. Raise your hand if you know anything about the Windham Area Interfaith Ministry. Absolutely, thank you. We're made up of 39 faith communities, and people in our community are most generous and give us everything that is at WAIM is donated, and we serve a 13-town radius, and we give things to people in need, whether it be furniture or clothing or children's clothing. We also have many programs like the Fuel Assistance Program, and the Sunday before Thanksgiving we have a Walk for Warmth, and that is for raising money for our fuel and energy project to help those that can't afford to have heat in their apartments or homes. We have a Spring Fling coming up, which is a fundraiser that goes into our general budget at WAIM. And that would be Saturday, May 21st.
What can I say about Holy Family Shelter? We've been here, it was 22 years on February 3rd that we brought in the first family in 1989. Like with everybody else, we're hurting for money. It's a tough time all the way around. We, right now, are having some of the similar problems that they're having at the Mixed Treating Center. We need a new roof, we need a new furnace. So we're looking at monetary donations for that. I've got some appeals out, and if anybody wants to jump on the bandwagon, we're looking for paper products, anything in paper products, cutlery, plastic cutlery for the kitchen, for the dining room rather. Volunteers who come in to help make a difference to our families. We have some people come in like a couple of hours a week. Carol comes in 2 days a week for several hours. And anytime we can get, anytime you've got to share, we're glad to have you, and it makes a difference with our residents. We have 4 generations of folks who have not been parented, and 90% of what you learn in life is through osmosis. And most of our folks have been osmosing sex, violence, and drugs. They're not going to walk into Holy Family and have an immediate conversion. It's not going to happen. But if we can show them there's something else besides what they've been learning and observing and seeing, that's the difference. And it's people like Carol that are making that difference as well.
I'm sure you heard over a year ago they had an earthquake in Haiti, and I think there were over 2 million people that were killed in the earthquake, and things were terrible. But the first thing that happened was, and I knew right off the bat, the Dominican Republic sent 125,000 health kits to Haiti, and we make the health kits here, so that hit home. Another thing that we do is we make baptismal dresses. We make a layette, and you're welcome to come over and see it. But we make baptismal dresses, so when the baby is born, the mothers come and they register the baby, and they can keep track of vitamins and shots and everything, and see how the children are doing. And then we have a list of items that we need. And really, most of the time when you get something for Haiti, it doesn't cost you 1 cent. It's something you were going to throw in the garbage. It may be a torn towel that we'll make into a washcloth. So if you have anything and you're cleaning house in springtime, remember Haiti, and we can use it.
I just want to thank you for putting together those hygiene kits and school bags and all of the things that you have donated to us over the years. Church World Services is an academical ministry, and we work with 35 mainline denominations and have been in existence for over 65 years. So, and one of our biggest programs is the fact that you do the school bags makes so much possible. Our figures for Haiti, just for hygiene kits this past year, is 39,000. There were over 39,000 hygiene kits that went to Haiti. And I'm sure there were some of yours in there. The school bags primarily in Pakistan due to the flooding. Do you remember hearing that in the news? There was over 51,000 school bags went to Pakistan this past year. So we couldn't do it without you. And every single thing that you sew or put together goes to somebody in need.
Church Women United is a national movement that was started in 1941 as the war started by a number of women in New York who felt that there needed to be a group of women who were looking at peace and justice activities. And so this year is the 70th anniversary of Church Women United. Most states have a state board, and as we do in Connecticut. And one of the things, and I think some churches do this even though they're not Church Women United churches, there's something called Fellowship of the Least Coin. And this was started for women in all countries of the world to give their least coin. And of course, our least coin is the penny. So at our meetings, we usually pass around a jar, and when you put your penny in, you say a prayer for reconciliation. That money then is used for grants to help women throughout the world. The greater Willimantic area has a scholarship program, and so we started giving scholarships to the LPN program at Windham Technical School. Now, if you read the paper last year, you know that the state closed all of the LPN programs. So Windham no longer has their program, which is a sad loss, but 6 programs were opened, one of which is in Norwich. And so we will continue our scholarships, and most of those are $1,000 or $500. And it's a small amount perhaps, but we've learned from so many of the recipients that it's really given them a boost and a sense of hope.
With all of us, it's been a good afternoon of networking. We're all wiser for coming and knowing now where we can help, where our monies go, and what we can do for our community and the world at large. And so I want to thank the Interfaith women for putting this together. It's a lot of hard work, and for all the work that they do throughout the year. They do wonderful things for so many different ones in the community. And for all the guests that arrived and enjoyed the afternoon as well. Thank you all for coming.